So you're dealing with a Cancer and they are just acting unruly or in a way that you can't predict. Well, I'm here to tell you whether or not you're about to be ghosted by this Cancer man or Cancer woman you're dealing with. Now, this video is applicable to any type of relationship, whether it be platonic, romantic, business, or otherwise. Any sort of Cancer you're dealing with, you definitely want to watch this video. I am Lamarr Townsend. If you're new to my channel, I am a psychic and energy channeler, a tarot reader, and an astrologer. And if you would like a personal reading from me, I am available for personal readings, and I would love to read for you if you'd be interested. Definitely do not hesitate to reach out. You can, of course, text me at 703-791-9162. Email me via my email or to my email, lamar.townsend@gmail.com. Or you can also visit my website, which is the best way to reach me, lamartownsendtarot.com. I will show you my website really quickly. This is my website. So once you reach this page, you know you're on the right page. Definitely follow me on my other social media pages, my Twitch, my Patreon, my podcast on Spotify, Anchor, Google, Apple, and more. Scroll down, you can read the reviews, and also follow me down here on Instagram and Facebook. If you would like a reading, you would go directly to the store section. This is where you can go to view all of the rates, services, products, classes, and candles, and different types of things I offer. I do birth chart readings. I do mediumship readings if you want to connect to those who have passed on. I do past life readings if you want to learn about your past lives. I do phone psychic tarot readings, email psychic tarot readings, video recorded psychic tarot readings where I record myself answering your questions via the tarot cards and my psychic abilities, and I email you the video download link. I do spiritual development classes, astrology classes, tarot classes, dream interpretation readings, and so much more. There's a price point for everyone, so definitely check out my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. I am here for you. Alright? Now, let's talk about, once again, the 5 signs that a Cancer man or a Cancer woman is potentially about to ghost you. Now, let's give a quick factoid about the zodiac sign Cancer first, okay? Cancer is a zodiac sign ruled by the moon, the only zodiac sign ruled by the moon, actually. And the moon and Cancer are both associated with one's emotions, one's emotional reactions, one's emotional instincts. It also means, or is associated with, what one needs to feel emotionally secure and safe in the world, alright, at large, or in their life, or in any given space. The moon in Cancer is also one's relation to their family, their home, and specifically their mother or their mother's side of the family, alright, the matriarch. So these are all things associated with Cancer. Cancer by nature can be very moody people. Their mood can change from moment to moment, day by day. However, they can also be fun people. They're very nurturing. They're very loving. They make the best parents, the best grandparents usually, most of the time, not in all cases. They make great family people. They make, great intuitives and psychics oftentimes. And they can be big on their home. They like their comforts. They like their space, and things of that nature. Cancer can also be a little bit leery of new people. So those are just some factoids of Cancer. Let's go ahead and get into the 5 signs that a Cancer is about to ghost you. Let's start with number 1. Number 1 sign that a Cancer is going to ghost you, and by the way, these are in no specific order. The first sign is that they become cold towards you. They become emotionally cold. Cancers, once again, by nature, are emotionally nurturing people, especially with people they love and value. Family may be amongst these people, certain friends that they value as family. Anyone they love is going to be regarded as family, whether they're a friend or otherwise, right? However, if a Cancer becomes cold towards you, and becomes less open or less nurturing with you, less emotionally vulnerable with you, or emotionally available with you, these could all potentially be signs that this Cancer is about to ghost you. Once a Cancer becomes cold, it can be hard to get them to warm up. The best thing to do is to give the Cancer time, and let them emotionally work through what they're working through. The interesting thing is that when a Cancer becomes cold, it can be Cancer's way of conserving their energy, and not releasing it out of anger or something like that. So it can mean that there are some deeper feelings going on that Cancer may be dealing with, and they don't want you around because you could be a trigger kind of thing. So it's an interesting thing. It's an interesting concept with that. Number 2, the number or the second sign that a Cancer is potentially about to ghost you is that they ignore you. They start ignoring you. Now, this is a big one. Cancers are good at giving the silent treatment and things like that. So when they start ignoring you, that definitely is a sign that the Cancer is either already ghosted you or is in the process of ghosting you. Cancers by nature are people who can be more passive aggressive than aggressive. They're not necessarily all confrontational people, at least initially. So them ignoring you could be a passive aggressive or non-confrontational way, once again, of you maybe hopefully getting the hint in some way, shape, or form, maybe that they need space or something like that. Now we also have to, give the Cancer some, fault here or some room here. It could be, if they're ignoring you, maybe they're busy. So never, be careful to ever assume, the reasonings for why Cancer does what they do, especially for ignoring you. But you may want to, say something, hey, you've been missing my messages lately. Just wondering, if you're, busy or what's going on. Just checking on you. That may be, the appropriate way. You definitely would probably get more of a response that way than, saying something along the lines of, I've texted you 7 times already and you haven't answered. I'm never talking to you again. Blah 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 blah. That does not fare well with the Cancer, and chances are they'll ignore that message too. Alright? So you definitely want to be careful with the Cancer in terms of your responses once they get to the stage of ignoring you. Alright? That kind of ties into number 3. Number 3 can be the energy of, like, maybe they aren't necessarily ignoring you, or, number 3 is like maybe they aren't necessarily ignoring you in number 2, but number 3 is also a big one. They take forever to answer your messages, or they take forever to get back to you in terms of emails or, DMs or things like that. Now, not everyone is a great texter or great at communicating, and Cancers definitely can be these types of people. But if they take forever to get back to your messages, whereas usually maybe it would take a couple hours, now it's taking a couple days, maybe where it took, 2 hours to expect them to answer back, it's now taking 12 hours or 20 hours. These are definitely signs that you've probably been lowered on the Cancer's priority list in some way, shape, or form, or your relationship with them has. It also, unfortunately, could be a sign that this Cancer is about to ghost you. So when a Cancer takes forever to respond to their messages, it kind of also falls in line with number 1 and 2. It can be them becoming cold and they are ignoring you, in a sense. However, you may be a bit better off with number 3 than number 2 if, like at least you get a message. It may take 20 hours or a couple of days, but at least you get a message. There's some people who won't ever get a message from Cancer, so you could fall anywhere, in the spectrum. But either way, if they're taking forever to answer your messages, even if they're answering at all, once again, could be a sign that they're going to potentially ghost you eventually. Maybe, they're taking forever to answer now, but maybe there's coming a point down the line where they just won't answer at all, period. So that's number 3. Alright, number 4. The number 4 sign that a Cancer is about to ghost you is they purposefully emotionally manipulate you or trigger you. Alright? So Cancers by nature are very boundary oriented people. They want their boundaries and their emotional boundaries respected, so they want, they do the same for you most of the time. However, a Cancer will emotionally manipulate you or trigger you, do things that they know will get you upset or will, get you mad or make you feel some type of way in order to eventually ghost you down the line. Now, this could be their way of starting a fight with you, and it's like maybe from the fight that, they ghost you. This could be a way of them once again manipulating you to ghost them first, kind of thing. So once again, this is emotional. This could be a manipulative kind of energy, Cancers, as sweet and loving and cuddly as they can be, they can also be master manipulators too, all right? They are the crab, all right? So the crab can go in its shell. The crab can bury itself beneath the sand. You may not even know you're laying or sitting on a crab until, bam, you get a pinch. That's Cancer, right? So they will purposely do things to trigger you or manipulate you in some way, shape, or form, to make you look bad, kind of thing. They'll invite you to somewhere knowing that there's someone there you really don't like, and then you get to the place and you see the person's there you don't like. So then not only do you have a bad reflection on that person again, on site, because it's on site, right? But you also have a bad reflection of that Cancer, because that Cancer knows you don't like that person, and they know you don't like to be around that person. But a Cancer who's about to ghost you, or is thinking about this, or is planning this, will do things like that. All right. The last one, and I think this is the biggest one. All right. The number 5 sign a Cancer is about to ghost you is that they become emotionally unavailable. A Cancer that becomes emotionally unavailable is a Cancer that has pretty much given up on the relationship, pretty much given up, on maybe rectifying it or reconnecting at least anytime soon. And they've, come to terms with how they felt. They've gone through the phase of becoming cold. They've gone through the phase of ignoring you. They've gone through the phase of taking forever to answer your messages. And maybe they've gone through the phase of, kind of triggering you or seeing you in a triggered state. So they've gone through the phases of the end of a relationship, at least from a Cancer's eyes, and now they become emotionally unavailable to you. All right? So this is maybe where, in the past you were able to get a very, emotionally deep conversation with this Cancer that was very animated, maybe where you were both laughing and crying and, all things in between. But now it's like, you get very deadpan responses, one-word responses. They seem like they don't care anymore. Very cold-hearted once again. This Cancer has become emotionally unavailable, all right? Which sucks, especially if you're used to seeing them emotionally available towards you. And now, maybe this Cancer once again is potentially planning to ghost you once they reach this point of number 5. So these are the signs, the 5 signs that a Cancer is about to ghost you. I hope I was able to give you some clarity and insight. Definitely, if you would like to elaborate, once again, visit my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. Thank you all for listening and watching. I will see you in the next video. I'll see you in your own personal reading. Either way, I will see you soon. Make sure you like the video and subscribe if you are not already subscribed. Consider becoming a member by hitting the join button and picking a tier, and I'll see you in the next video.